Hello and welcome to another episode of me painting. I have my paints on my palette. I'm using the Artisan oils, the Artisan water mixable oils, yes, water mixable. And I've got a few colours on the palette. Got Cadmium Yellow, Cadmium Red, Titanium White and Ivory Black. Ivory Black. So what we got up here, we've got a pre-stretched canvas. It's only a small one, 10 by 8, and it's painted with some grey gesso because I wanted some grey gesso on there because I didn't really know what I was going to use it for. So I just painted a few grey so then I can just use them for anything. It gives you that darkness, so let me just show you. Don't really want to use that brush. A filbert. Oh. Where's my filbert brush? Oh, it was hidden. Yeah, I'm using this brush. So let me show you. Get some water and some of this white, just a tiny bit. So when I have an idea of what I want to do, then I'm going to have to do a bit of a drawing or a sketch or something. So if this was just pure white, then if I go like that, you wouldn't see it. But because it's grey, you can, and then what I can do is sort of put a flame in. It's sort of here. About there, anyway. Let's just loosely put that in, and the candle. We're not doing this exact. I'm just going to show you a way of. But sometimes I get started, and if I just want to test an idea out, the best way to test an idea is to just have a go at painting it, really. And so if you want to test out the idea of painting light like this, like candle light, maybe you want to do a scene where there's candles in it and you're just wondering about the painting of the candle, then this is a good way to test it out by literally just painting it. Anyway, let's put this flame. It's about there. So I only use a little bit of water. But while it's still wet, you can wipe it out. And so that sort of goes like there. Like that. So like that. This is all melted, so. And then we can do other things if we wish. We can change things up. But this gives us an idea, a basic idea, straight away. Plan on going for it straight away today. I saw this candlelight picture, just getting some white. Just thinking, what should I start with? Let's get some red in there. Although the picture I'm using, it's not as red as the original image, actually. I think I'll get some burnt umber. So instead of darkening my colour with black, I'm going to darken it with the burnt umber instead. Why, you ask? It just tends to work better to darken. Gives it yeah. So I'm trying to match the colour close. and the brown matches. With the black it would have greyed my colour a bit, and sometimes that can remove the life of what you want, and then again sometimes it's perfect. So it's just the way it goes. Like I said, we're using the candle image as a guide, and then if I feel I can do something more interesting with my imagination than I can using the image, then what I tend to do is I just use the image for the look, and then my imagination I can just let it go, just let my ideas flow, which is what you want to do. Allow yourself to be creative, to be adventurous with your colour or with your idea. I just grabbed some same colour with a bit of brown in, a bit more brown in. And this gets quite dark actually down here. It's much darker than what I've got it at the moment. I just wanted to create a look so I can use, and then I can change. So what I do a lot now is, instead of, say, putting a tone up, like a middle tone, and just covering the canvas, and then paint my highlights on top of it and my darks on top as well, I tend to do it like this now. I like have a look at the picture, and then I'll just start placing colours on the canvas, and then not blending so much until I'm ready to blend. Not sure if some of the stuff I say makes any sense. Makes sense in my head. I think this should be a bit higher. Exaggerate it a little bit. Because sometimes when candles burn, that sort of thing does happen, doesn't it? When one part of the candle doesn't burn much, and then it gets all lopsided, and sometimes you're willing it to fall in on itself. I'm going to go into some black now. Black. I'm leaving my colour on my brush because I don't want it to be pure black. I just want a darker colour in here. So one of the things I was thinking about the other day is, what do you do when your work is being criticised And if you're going into the art world, you kind of have to expect it once your work is publicised, either by you or by just painting for somebody, doing a commission, and then they tell their friends about it. And if you've done a good job, that's when you're probably going to get more commissions, because word gets around that you can do a painting. And but how do you cope with it? How do I cope with it? Well, thinking back to when I first got going, really, I came up with this idea to motivate myself to get better at painting quickly, as quick as I could, which was a bit of a crazy idea in a way, because like anything, it takes time to get good. But let's go back to me when I was thinking like that, and I was thinking, well, if I want to get good quick, I need to set myself a goal. So my goal was to hire my local library out at the time, and because they had like a room in there that you could hire out, and you can use it for whatever you like. And I noticed a few artists were hiring it, and that was a bit dark. Let's throw some light in there again. Sorry. Concentrating. So yeah, a few artists were hiring this room out, and it set up quite well for putting your paintings in. I'm just going to get another brush, because I want to use one brush for light and one brush for dark. I want to use another filbert brush, but I might not be able to. So I chucked one away because it was a bit destroyed, and then I chucked another one away. That was also worn. Oh well, I use this one. I've got a light and a dark now going. So yeah, so I was at the library idea, and I thought I'm gonna do a exhibition in that library like other people I've seen doing, and I'll make a body of work in, I can't remember how long I gave myself, a few months I think. And I thought I'll do this in, I think I gave myself 6 months. In 6 months' time I'll fill it full of paintings, and I'll sell some. So I got myself started. I'm just going to mix this colour. It needs to be a bit orangey, a bit more red in it. It's close. So what? Cadmium Red, Yellow, bit and white, and a little bit of the brown as well. Yeah, that's about right. So, where was we? let's paint this first and I'll tell you the rest. It's probably a little bit too red. It's not too bad actually. Probably could do with dulling it a little bit, so let's get a little bit, I say a little bit of brown. Got a bit of dried paint on there. I need to concentrate on this bit. Just thinking about the glow of the flame as well. It goes sort of here. Some of that glow I'll get rid of. Yeah, so so I got myself into doing this exhibition. I started promoting it, and in my local library it was, for myself, just me, and use another brush. Get some yellow. Just going to do the flame. Yellow, white, less yellow. So I'll create a new pile, and that way I don't have that yellow to mix. Yes, so. A little bit of orange I'm going to throw in it. Okay. So, as I was gave myself this task of setting up a exhibition of my work, it was there. The idea was I would do it, and by the time the gallery is done and it's set up, I'd have done quite a few paintings, and then that means I would have got better. And hopefully during my journey I would sell some. And I did. I set it up. I had it in the local newspaper. I attracted some people from a distance as well, which I thought was amazing. And they bought some pictures. I had some fun, like talking to people, and I went through a huge learning curve on reactions of how people would perceive my paintings and things. And some people criticised my work, saying it was amateurish, laboured, and the more experienced artists were like a lot nicer. They was like, good for you doing this. Because bearing in mind, in the publicity on the event, I said that I got a bad grade at art at school, which I did. I didn't lie, I didn't make it up, it's true. I didn't do very well at school in general, really. I did too much drawing in books and making stick figures run and animations and things when I should have been learning, but I was learning just a different thing. I was learning motion and things. I was just doing things that I thought was fun. If I enjoy it doing it, then I do it and I enjoy it. If I don't enjoy doing something, I just don't do it. Which is a bit of a problem when you're at school and you should be learning other things and motivating yourself to learn other stuff. But that's part of my personality, I find, is if I'm interested in something, then I'll really go for it and learn as much as I can about it and enjoy doing it as well. If I'm not interested, then that's it. Well, this is coming on a bit. What I'm going to do, I'm going to soften the edges between the flame part here and that part using a dry brush. I started doing that a lot as well, actually, picking up a clean brush and then blending things together. But we've got a bit of a to this as well, which I quite like. The wind has just moved it a bit. I'm going to just put the wick in there. I'm using a variety of brushes, by the way. They're mostly the Winsor & Newton foundation brushes. Just want a bit of colour there. On the picture you can see like the flame is all, because of this area, it's like it's just hovering, so see if we can create that similar image. Yeah. So what was I saying? Oh yes, we was talking about people's reactions to paintings and how did I react when people were looking at my work, and there was art teachers and other artists that gave me a lot of confidence, actually, saying, you know, keep going, you've got something there, you should keep it going, do more paintings and you'll get better and better. The more practice you do, the better you'll get. And that's my biggest advice to other people that want to get better at painting. Do more paintings. It is how you get better. Because like anything, people that are better than you at something probably done it more than you. Like, say someone invites you round to play on a game. Let's use a computer game analogy, because this has happened to me. So you get invited round to play on a game with someone, and they're like, oh, come round and I'll give you a game on my latest shooting game or whatever. And you go round like, yeah, okay, I'll come play. And then they absolutely destroy you. The game, and it's because they've been playing on it loads. So then you think, right, well, I didn't like getting destroyed. I'm going to get that game now, and I'm going to play it quite a lot, and then I'm going to come back and then give you another game, and then you go do that, and you go back and you destroy them at that game, because you've had more time on it, because you wanted to beat them. And it's the same with painting. And when I didn't get people nasty saying, "Oh, that's crap," but I did get a little bit of snobbery from the art police. Like, "Oh, how did you do that mountain? Ugh, you used a knife. Ugh. Terrible. You should use a brush. The masters didn't use knives." And sort of silly snobbery like that. And I didn't really listen to them. What I was listening for really was people that were giving me criticism in a nice way. Even though I remember this chap saying that he thought my work looked a bit laboured, and he said I needed to practice just putting paint down, just putting it down confidently and leaving it, and not moving it around here, moving it around there, which I'm still guilty of doing. And that was good advice. I didn't really think about the fact that he said my painting looked laboured. I wasn't really fussed about that comment. What I took on board was what he said about just putting the paint on and leaving it. Just going this and leaving it. Red here. That actually works better on the black. Doing the wet in wet method, having the black and the red mix. Get a better glow. Yeah, that does work quite good actually. And then you can sort of go outwards with it. Yeah. While I'm at it, I feel like I need to darken this area here. I'm going to use all strokes there. Oh no, it looks laboured now. I'm going to soften that edge just by going over it with a brush. So, what have we got to? What we need to do is start bringing in the other one. It's quite dark actually here. We'll darken this a bit more. Okay. Now I'm going to change things up a little bit. I'm going to get some orange. And I want to be quite bold. Not too bright. Not bright enough. Now this is going to be bright. It's going to be bright, isn't it? It's going to be bold. But I want it to be. So I want to make a statement. This candle is warm. So how do I do that? I've got to use a warm colour. An orange, a red. And down here as well. And I also want to, using this, create a reflection on there. And here, this light is going, and it's catching areas. Which it would do, it would catch like the wet, waxy areas, and it would cast a bit of light. Speaking of casting light, there's some light here from the other candle, which we need to start putting in. Putting in some little marks to give the impression of like downwardness and structure. Okay, we'll leave that candle for now, and we'll start looking at the other one. And all the brushes that I'm holding. Let's see if we can get this one done a bit quicker. Got my colour, my red. Sort of goes off the page there. Okay. And a light there. And the candle. Let's oh, everything's polluted now. All the brushes. Never mind. Let's get some brown. Go into this mixture. I want to get this mixture in again. And we'll use this little brush. It's not a huge area, so we're alright. Let's get a bit of black in there. So I always try and do things, like when I'm painting, I try and use brush strokes that match the angles of things. So when I'm painting like a candle part that goes down, I try and paint it in that way. Okay, now this flame is a bit different, isn't it? It sort of goes like that. So if that one's blowing, someone's flickered it, like they've opened the door or something, this one would probably have the similar effect. But it might be going backwards after it's been blown forwards. Would it do the same thing? Maybe. But I quite like this angle. So I'm just going to go with this angle. I'm going to have the flame go like that. And since we found that the outer bit, actually, let's just do the inner part as well. It's like an orangey colour, isn't it? I need that to come down a bit further then. Now I'll grab a bit of yellow and put it in that bit. Yeah, nearest the flame there's a little bit more yellow in the colour. And orangey colour. Something like that. Yeah. Let's get some black. We can work on the shape a bit more using this black. I think that's too long. That's better. Some more black on there. See, when you're painting light, you need the dark areas to show that it's light. Otherwise, it doesn't work. It's the only way to create the light areas is to have dark. just quickly fill this in. For now, I've decided it will be just black in the background, nothing else. Okay, now that gives me a chance to have a look at this. And now I can see it's a shape that needs changing. And that's this. I want this to come down further. Okay, let's get a bit of orange on the plane. Annoyingly, I've polluted this, so I need to go back with some pure colour and put it on quite thickly so it covers that black, greyish black that's gone on. That'll do, that's alright. And then I can get some of this red again and do what I did before. Just go on the outside part of the flame and then work outwards. I took some black there, put it on top. Do a bit more just pure white and just there. I feel like that area is probably not quite right yet. Let's do this first. A bit of paint. It's hard to do a painting without it. It's amazing how many times I try. And there, with my brush with no paint on, hardly any paint on, trying to get an effect. Which goes back to when I first started as well, and I started with hardly any paint at all. I'd hardly use any. I'd make a tube of paint last for ages until I got shown that you need more paint to make a painting. And then I went to the opposite and started piling paint on. And now I do sort of a blend of both, really. I pile paint on sometimes in an area of the painting, and then in another area I won't. It'll be really thin. And that way you can use the texture of the paint to create effects, the kind of effect that you want, by doing that, using paint in an area and then not using it in another. I feel like there needs to be more of a sort of a gradient there, so put some of that yellow. There we go, yeah, that looks better. I'm going to get a dot of red and put it on the end there. That's better. I quite like that. I might put that on the other one. Yeah. I'm going to strengthen this colour as well on the other one. See, like I was saying, as you're painting, you'll start seeing things that you want to do, and probably going to improve the picture doing it as well. Not always, but you should do it. Painting is a risky business. You could mess it up any time. Put light there, and I can start playing with light along here as well, like along there. Maybe there. Thinking about how the area reacts to the light, and then got this. Grab some brown and black. And we can work up to this area. Same there. Chuck some black in there, and the light's not getting. Brown, grab some red in with this brown. Okay, just sort of sitting back having a look at what I've got. I still look at this area and feel it needs darkening a bit as well, to be honest. So if you feel like an area needs changing, you should be confident and change it. You've got to remember that something like this, painting, you're going to make mistakes, you're going to bodge it up. At times it's not going to work out, at times it's experiment. And you're always going to be learning as you paint, as you go, and as you're improving, and you'll paint in different ways, different styles. Make this sort of a lip there. I'll do the old upward approach again. Black going upwards. How does that look? It's not too bad actually. I want to create some more drama in this area. I want more light in areas. Like I was saying before, I want it to say, I'm warm. And areas to say, I'm lighter. And then sit back, have a look at what you've got. Does it say candles? Does it work, do you think? And if not, experiment some more. If you like it, remember what you did, and then you can use it in another picture. You know, I'm thinking of a little bit of a hint. A flick of smoke. Let's come out, let's get some black and just blacken that bit. Okay, I think I'll leave that now, and can't resist it. Maybe there's a bit of a flick there as well. Yeah, let's hang up the paints. And I'll say thanks very much for watching this one. It was a fun one to do, and as always, I always see something that I could add, and I could say something more. As there always is something more you can do. I think we'll accept this one, and hopefully it helps you out and give you a bit of creative flair to do something of your own. Okay, well, thanks very much for watching this painting, and I will see you at another one. Cheers, bye.